All right, I'm assuming you're hearing me by now. As always, let me know how the audio is. Let me know how the music is, all of that. Apologies for the slight tardiness, but this should be an exciting one. This should be an exciting one. Let me just make sure we are indeed going live here. And are we live? It's not showing we're live. What's going on? Okay. It didn't do the thing where it normally like chugs for a while. So I guess we are indeed live. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. So let's talk about Audino. Oh, I probably should repeat that first part because I'm thinking there's a ton of lag now. Let me know. Let me know if you hear me all right. Let me know if the music's good. All that good stuff. Okay. Hello, Elistrium. Thank you, and I hope you have a good sleep. Yeah, so yes, this is going to be a difficult Pokemon to get to work. Let me turn the volume down on this. Okay. Yeah, Mega Audino is going to be a difficult Pokemon to get to work. So this is widely considered the worst Mega Evolution. The reason being, there's kind of no reason to use it. Like every other Mega Pokemon improves pretty significantly on its original form, with the exception of Audino, and I think Garchomp is the other one. Like there are still times when you want to use the regular form over the Mega form. If you want to use an item, you know, like a Choice Scarf Latios over a Mega Latios. Mawile is pretty much a strict improvement. Most of them, you pretty much always want to use the Mega Evolution if it's allowed. But Garchomp is kind of one of the other exceptions, but even that, you know, on a Sand team, Mega Garchomp, definitely better than regular. Audino, though, is generally considered worse than its base form in pretty much every regard. Before we get into this, we've got a 10 gifted memberships from... Let me read this. Hamish Jenkins 2841. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And yeah, that's a very generous gift. Thank you. Okay, so how are we going to make Mega Audino work? Well, it's inspired by a team I saw. It was something, I forget what the user was called, something with drip in the name. But back in Generation 8, and I believe it was in the dark days, when we had Spectrier in Generation 8 overused, a team went around with a Trick Room Audino. And Slowbro, yeah, Mega Slowbro is another one. Yeah, that's right. Base form is usually better. That's also true. Yeah, good note there. But yeah, so in those days, and there was this Audino, which if I recall correctly, it was running Leftovers, and it had Regenerator, of course, Wish, Protect, Knock Off, and Trick Room. And I think it was specially defensive. And it was really bulky, and it was rather effective. It did its job well. Now, there are a few problems with this. Sorry, 1 second here. Okay, sorry, back to it. So, right, yeah, Spectrier was terrorizing everything. There were really no viable normal types. Audino came in, absolutely destroys Spectrier. Obviously, Knock Off removes the Leftovers. It shut it down. It used Trick Room, and it was good for multiple reasons. One, obviously Regenerator plus Trick Room. You can bring it in, set Trick Room many times. It's bulky. It has regen. I don't think I need to explain that. I think you guys understand. Why not P2? I mean, P2 doesn't have Wish or Regenerator. Anyway, and then so yeah, it was really effective against Spectre. Now, that's kind of the approach I'm thinking today. As in, we run Trick Room. We'll stay in the base form probably most of the time, and if the matchup needs, we'll Mega Evolve for those superior defenses if we need to survive a hit, or for other reasons. So that's the idea. That's the approach. Is that we're going to utilize this as sort of an optional Mega Evolution. Now, there are two downsides that make this sort of Audino concept not as effective in national decks. One is there are Mega Evolutions, right? So in Generation 8 Overused, Audino, there was no competition for Mega Evolutions. There was nothing competing for a slot. And there are a few Mega Evolutions that are theoretically pretty good on Trick Room, right? We've got Mega Mawile, Mega Heracross. I'm tempted to try Sand Trick Room with Steelix at some point, but it's probably a bad idea, but I'm definitely going to try it. Anyway, though. Let's see. Okay, yes, so. Magic Coat Encore Trigger. That's kind of interesting. I mean, Magic Coat, maybe. Maybe. Also, green guy. You're on super thin ice. Just a warning. Okay, so we're not donating Elo. Oh, by the way, a quick note before I continue to talk about Audino on Elo. So I'm on my alt account today. On my main, I am absolutely dominating the national dex ladder. Check this out. So yeah, this turns out. Remember that Sableye team? Turns out that team was very good. I'm up by, 142 points compared to rank 2. Yeah. So that's been going well. So we are not going to play Mega Audino on the account that's 2063. We're going to play it on the Pink Across alt. Anyway, though. Yes, so someone said, "Isn't that a little matchup fishy?" Yeah, we're not expecting to run into Spectre. There are no Spectre. There's no Dragapult either, which is kind of a rough downside for Audino because it's really, really good at walling Dragapult. But anyway, we are going to be just kind of using this as a general Trick Room setter, and it can use the Mega Evolution if it needs, and it can not use the Mega Evolution if it doesn't need to. Okay. So, yeah, as I said, the downside to that is, well, first of all, knockoff isn't as effective because there are Z moves and Mega Stones that can't be removed. And, there's the fact that it's competing with other Megas. So if we run this optional Audino, we can't run Mega Mawile. So the question must be asked, would it be better to just run like a leftovers Audino and then we can run Mega Mawile, So yeah, it's questionable. I'd say there's like a 30% chance there's like a valid reason to be using Mega Audino, but I think it'd be really cool if it was valid. And I'll say I have a little bit of hope because honestly, Mega Mawile has not been great on Trick Room. In my experience, it's been kind of disappointing. All right, so let's see. Oh yeah, no, Ampharos. Actually, that's a good point. Ampharos, I have less faith in than Mega Audino. I truly do. There is no reason to use Ampharos. There is just absolutely no reason to use Ampharos. Sorry, 1 second. Okay. Yeah. So we're going to see. But something that does give me hope is in the past, I haven't found Mega Mawile all that amazing. So what I want to try is kind of a different approach to Trick Room. One that's a little bit bulkier. because this thing's going to have Wish. I'm not sure how I feel about Protect. I honestly feel like I don't really need it. I'm thinking we go like something like Knock Toxic. This is kind of what I'm thinking the set will be, and I'm split on whether to go physically defensive or especially defensive. So we can kind of just see how it works. The team plays out. I think I want to have another regenerated Trick Room setter, probably either a slow bro or a slow king, because that also works well defensively with Audino. You know what with the ghost and dark and bug resistance of the mega form. And just the ghost immunity of the base form is nice. Probably we go special, but yeah, I'm not dead set on it. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. I'm trying to think. So we had a great experience with Stack Attacka when on full Trick Room. So I feel like not using Stack Attacka, it feels like a mistake. I think we've got to bring the stack. I think Ursaluna, if you don't use an Ursaluna, you're throwing. Like it's absolutely made for Trick Room. I don't think I've ever seen a successful Trick Room team without an Ursaluna. I'm very curious about a Alolan Marowak, but part of me wonders if two abusers is maybe even enough. Like I want to try, because here's the thing, Trick Room teams are conventionally very weak to hazards. That's a big one. Hatterene is kind of the one line of defense against hazards. And, you know, Hatterene often has to healing-wish itself. It has to take a bunch of damage to that Trick Room. One of the main ways I beat Trick Room, once that Hatterene goes down, you stack up hazards, and usually the Trick Room team loses. So I would love to try to actually have a team that can maybe remove things. And I feel like that Wish support, I mean, we might even put a Mola on here, you know. We'll see. Z Ground Stack Attack I haven't heard. I've heard Rockium to like get past Mola and stuff. Ground Z is interesting. Not sure how I feel about that. Well, I feel like Stack Attack, Rockium, Groundium, whatever it is never, ever get... I mean, does it get cursed? I don't think it does. Let's see. Yeah, doesn't get cursed, which is sad. But yeah, Stack Attack I don't think is ever getting past like an actually bulky team, like even a balanced team. Stack Attack is just, it's never doing it. So I think it's really, really good against offense teams, and Ursaluna is really good against those bulkier teams. And I think it's okay that we have that kind of split. Hatterene over Mega Audino. We're probably going to have a Hatterene as well. I think if you have a Trick Room team without Hatterene, you're still throwing. I'd like to have another removal Pokemon, but I do feel like Hatterene is probably mandatory. Would Reuniclus work since it doesn't get affected by hazards? So my goal isn't to just put on a bunch of Magic Bounce Pokemon. I want to try to have like actual removal and a Hatterene. Like I want this Trick Room team to be solid against hazards. Add a Boots Ace. I was thinking about that. Yeah. Oh, but what is the other thing Trick Room teams are weak to? Hazards, and then just like bulky teams. Because Trick Room teams, they're not really designed to last. They're, you know, they usually have, other than like, they've got a few healing wishes, a few lunar dances, but bulky teams tend to be able to wait Trick Room out. More offensive teams traditionally kind of get steamrolled by Trick Room. Especially with the Gyro Ball Stack Attack, but those bulkier teams, they outlast it, and they kind of just let the Trick Room Pokemon and let the team slowly kill themselves, because that's sort of what all Trick Room abusers do. They're made to work fast because you've only got 5 turns of Trick Room, but if your opponent can stall that out, you're probably in a bad spot. So the idea is if we have hazard removal, and Wish support, we can fix these issues. Now, this will come at the expense of certain things. Like we obviously, it's not just like, oh, what if we Why aren't Trick Room teams just adding on removal and wish support? Like, why aren't they just making themselves better? The reason is obviously we're going to have to not have as many abusers. This might be all we can afford. It might just be Stakataka and Ursaluna, and then it might be like a core of 2 defensive Pokemon to finish this out. That's a very real possibility. So yeah, I'm struggling with. If you have any ideas for Trick Room abusers, feel free to leave those in the chat or in the chat. Yeah, chat. I'd appreciate that. I'm trying to just kind of brainstorm here. Like, we can make a list. Potential abusers. I'm gonna put Marowak on there because I think that Pokemon's so cool, but you know, I don't know if we can afford it. Potential support, we'll add that as well. Mola, you better believe it. Cinderace was the other idea. I think Corviknight potentially could look nice here, especially like a specially defensive Corviknight. Hoopa Unbound to prevent Protect spam. I don't think that's a huge concern with Ursaluna. We're definitely going to run Swords Dance on it, so I'm not too worried. Isn't Audino's best Fairy Stab Dazzling Gleam? Yes, but I don't know how often we're actually going to be using the Mega Evolution. So I'd rather go with Knockoff for consistent value versus, you know, what will on the non-Mega form be a just a non-stab terrible move. Melmetal? True. How could I forget about Melmetal? That's a tough one to pass Wish to, but honestly, so are both of these. That's actually, yeah, that's a tough thing. Oh no, Stack Attack is great to pass Wish to. That's awesome. Okay, so Stack Attack will be easy to pass. Luna, not so much, but that's okay. No, I'm never running a room service. That move is, excuse me, that item is absolutely terrible. I will, like, if you ever catch me running a room service, maybe in a very specific case in VGC, if you ever catch me running a room service in singles, I've been, like, replaced by an alien or something. It's not me. Yeah, like, if we want the switching around regen idea to work, we need... Here's an idea. What if we went... I'm trying to look and see if the types work out in this. Would it work to do a Slowking and a Corviknight? Would that do it? Yes, I'm really... Now, we don't have priority, though, here. We don't have priority, and we probably just get smoked by Goldengo. So I'm not loving that. I think priority is probably an important element if we're going to have a fully slow team. Even with 4 Trick Room Setters, excuse me, that's not something I'm really comfortable with. Do other Megas count? No, we're not putting multiple. Double Mega is a strategy that can absolutely work in doubles when you only bring 4 Pokemon. It is, I'm not going to say never, probably never a good idea in singles. To my knowledge, it has never successfully been pulled off. Yeah. I wonder, are there any good TR abusers that have decent priority? Like this isn't bad, but I feel like this isn't it still. I feel like this is not it. Torkoal is an interesting idea. Torkoal's an interesting idea. I'll definitely add that to the list. Actually, you know, yeah, there are a lot of, you know what could be fun? Like hold on. Like Torkoal, like Sun TR could be really fun. Maybe like a Slithering on there. Interesting. Okay, it's a fun idea for later. We could put a Torkoal in here as well, though. Probably won't fit, but it'd be an interesting idea. Let's see. Torkoal. Doesn't have priority though. Defog, Conkeldurr. Yeah, that's not it. Conkeldurr is not it. Mega Scizor is a Mega, so we're not running that. Azumarill is an Azumarill, unfortunately, but I think your head's in the right place. But there might just not be a Pokemon that really does what we need. Like, I mean, there's Mawile, right? That's kind of the problem. But like Mawile has not been good. It has not performed for me. If the plan is to rarely Mega the Audino, then running double Mega here doesn't seem like an issue. The plan is not to rarely. It's to, for most of the game, not Mega Evolve it. We will probably frequently want to use the Mega Evolution. If we were to put a Mega Evolution on this team, we would just put Leftovers or a Rocky Helmet or something on Audino. It does not make sense to have a Mega Stone on this if it's not our only Mega Evolution. Yeah, King Gambit. Azumarill, yeah, there's Gambit, there's Azu. It doesn't need to technically be a Trick Room Pokemon. We could just have, like, something with priority. A Volcanion, bruh. No, I'm not running a Brute Bonnet. That can't be where we end up. If we end up with Brute Bonnet, it's over. Like, we got to shut it down before we get to that point. Mega Audino has 103, excuse me. Not 80. If it was 80, that'd be pretty bad for a Wish Passer, yeah. Buzzwole does not get Mach Punch, no. Okay, so I'm just trying to think, like, yeah, we need... Yeah. This is tricky. When in doubt, add King Gambit. Okay, here's an idea. I'm wondering, I'm trying to... What if... Okay, here's an idea. This isn't priority, but it does give us another source of removal and a one-time resist. God, these are not great types to have issues with. I mean, you could go Air Balloon to help with that. How many strong grass? I mean, the Rillaboom's going to be a nightmare is the problem. Oh, and there's a Wellspring too. Yeah, no, this can't work. This can't work. This will not do. Quick attack, Dodrio. Yeah, that's not it. Does Life Orb Crawdon work? Crawdon is a fun idea. The problem is Wellspring and Raging Bolt and Dragonite. Crawdon's just in a really rough spot in the metagame. That is a good one though. I'm surprised I didn't think of that. But yeah, that's a good note. Crawdon is a fun idea. I think I need to find priority first. And like let that be the priority. I mean, we could go like Hollow Corv. It's an idea, which, I mean, it covers defensive, but we're down a Trick Room Setter, and we're up a Wish Passer, but we're down a Trick Room Setter. Enamorous Therian. The problem is not the grass and ground types. We can find resistances. The problem is priority. I want to try to find the right Pokemon. It seems like it has to be... I mean, maybe Raging Bolt? I don't know. There is also the chance that maybe we don't need priority. I feel like that's going to get us punished. I feel like that'll get us punished. Maybe it won't, though. Maybe it won't. Let's... Let's try this and see how it goes. We go leftovers, Draining Kiss, TR, go Psychic Noise, and Healing Wish. And we are going to go max defense on this guy. Sure, that's fine for the speed. That's fine. Let's go minus attack though. Yeah, that's 90. Yeah, sure. We can just go somewhat fast Hatterene. Slow King, let's go leftovers again, I'm gonna say. I feel like we go helmet on Corv. The Luna, I wonder, do I go Fire Punch or should I try my Drain Punch set? I'm going to try the Drain Punch set. I feel like that was interesting. So it was SD. No, we'll go Headlong here. Headlong Rush and Drain Punch. I could go Earthquake, though. Honestly, let's try it. Let's try the Earthquake plan. This is a more defensive team. Let's give it a go. And to help with Wish and just some other things, we'll go with the 128 in defenses, which makes it nearly as bulky in both ways and gives us a lot more from Drain Punch and a lot more from Wish. We'll go Air Balloon on Stack Attack just because I've had the best experience with that as an item. Do we need Stealth Rock is an interesting question because we could put it on here. I don't think we do. I don't think we do. I'm going to go... Why was I about to put in Head Smash? I think we go Stone Edge. Gyro Ball, of course. You know it. And Heat Crash. And on these, to get the Beast Boost, you have to go minus defense. So for anyone who's confused as to why I'm destroying my stack attack as defense stat, this is why. And I believe it goes... We can tie because it goes like higher, whichever stat's listed higher first. So I think this works. Tail Glow Circuitry is not a Trick Room Pokemon. It can be, but it's not a good one, at least. Yeah. Okay. So, let's see. We've got, I think the Audino, we should go physically defensive on this. Yeah, we'll just go Bold Max. Bulk, we can go minus special attack. Is fine. And of course, Regenerator, we want that in the base form. Rocky MZ, actually true. We have the Corviknight now, so we can go Rocky MZ. We can see how we feel about that. Give it a start. Give it a try. Lagging? No, we don't need Lagging Tail. Teleport is a minimum priority move, so we're actually safe in that scenario. Let's see, 410 to 401. Okay, so Ursaluna is getting over half, which is good. Raging Bolt fries this team if TR is gone. True. Should I go then specially defensive on Audino? I don't think we can afford to do that. I think we just have to play. Let me run a calc here. Okay, Mega Audino is taking it pretty well. What is this? Okay. Okay, that's, yeah, it's not great. I mean, it can eat it for sure though. Okay, let's all right, let's go especially defensive on Audino, and we can go Slow Bro over Slow King to give us a physical wall there. We also might just want to go double spec. Well, we have Hatterene as a physical wall. And we have, yeah. Let's try the double special wall. And we'll have Corviknight, Hatterene, and to an extent Stakataka as our physical wall. Yeah, Healer is not a useful ability. It does nothing in singles. So it's yeah, we're just using the Mega Evolution for the better defenses. That's exactly right. So no, the Calm Mind doesn't destroy this because we have Toxic, which we honestly might go no attacks, Audino. We might go Protect over Knockoff here. But I hate running not a single attack. That feels kind of bad too. Yeah. Okay, well, I think double special wall seems like a fine place to start. We'll go Helmet on Core, full Fizz Def. I think we are scared of King Gambit, so let's go Body Press, Roost, Defog, and U-Turn. And I think I want to make this pretty darn fast, to be honest. I think we want to hit that 200 speed, because Knockoff is really scary. So we're going to go with the Speedy Corviknight. Speedy Corv on Trick Room. Look at that. Could Clamperl work on Trick Room? No. All right, 1 second here. Okay. All right, we've got... No, we don't have this set in yet. All right, Leftovers, Regenerate. And here's the great thing. Teleport. Check this out. Trick Room Teleport. This is... I love this. Switches out the user with minus... I forget what priority. It's really low. Or maybe... Is it just... Am I making that up? Anyway, Teleport is a negative priority move. Meaning, you can set Trick Room. Slowking is theoretically super fast, but you still get the slow pivot with Teleport. So you don't have to run Lagging Tail. You don't have to rely on Chilly Reception. Really nice benefit of National Decks. And I'll go Psychic Noise because I've just had such a good experience with that. We might shift it. Although I'm kind of terrified of Zard Y. Yeah, I'm kind of terrified of Zard Y. How is Audino doing against Charizard? I don't love that. How does Solar Beam do that much? Like, what? That's crazy. Yeah, we might need to run Protect. Okay. Yeah, that's not inspiring damage. Let's go Protect. We're going to, if we end up regretting this, we will deal with that later. I hate running Pokemon without attacks, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Doesn't Wellspring destroy this? Yeah. It does. Okay, so Brave Bird. Does Audino live a +2 Wellspring hit? Okay. Please live. Okay, probably. We'll see what happens. Why not use Aromatisse in place of Audino? Because I don't think Aromatisse is really salvageable. Okay, let's just play and we'll see what happens. I have a lot of worries about this team. Trust me, I do. I'm not thinking everything is dandy here, but let's give it a go. Let's just make sure, yeah, Regenerator, Beast Boost, Guts, Magic Bounce, Regenerator, Pressure. Let's just give this a go and see what happens. Hmm. Okay. Let's see. Remember to like the stream if you're enjoying. Okay, so instantly we get faced with the worst hazard combo possible. We get the Samurott, which bypasses Magic Bounce, and we get the Goldengo to block Core of Knight's Defog. So instantly the plan is falling apart with basically the one combo that completely shuts it down. So that really sucks. Let's see what we can do. It does look like there is no ground immunity here, so almost certainly going to be an Air Balloon Goldengo, so we'll keep that in mind. And we're almost certainly also looking at a Samurott lead. So one thing I'm considering here, could we just lead with Stakataka and go with a Stone Edge? Or like a Continental Crush and just destroy this thing? That seems like not a terrible option. I'm going to go with that because Stakataka with a whole Slowbro there, like I feel like Stakataka's defensive utility is a bit limited. Let's just go for the Continental Crush off rip. Okay, Ceaseless Edge is going to come off there, do 28%. Let's see what kind of set we're dealing with here. We will never know, and that's okay. So at least it's only one spike, and we get a boost there. This is definitely a this is a Corviknight moment. No, I don't think this is a stream snipe. We just happened to run into an unfortunately very rare core. Okay, in comes Corviknight. I would be just like astounded if it wasn't a Goldengo coming in here. So let's go Slowking, which is sad that we're dealing with that, but because we don't have an attack on Audino, we couldn't knock off. So that's 1 point in favor of having an actual attack. Okay, and they just click Stealth Rock. That's kind of a crazy play, but I guess it worked for them. All right, let's TR here. Okay, out comes Slowbro. We're in serious trouble. We can... No, Samurott's not common at all. I don't know what you're talking about. Let me pull up the stats here. So we're at 500 plus. Samurott is like 5%. And then it's paired with Goldengo, 40%. So this is like a 1% team. I'm not saying it's like, but yeah, I don't think this is a stream sniper. I think we just got like really unfortunate luck. We don't really have anything that can comfortably come in on Slowbro. We can go into Audino here and go for a Toxic, and maybe it'll work. Is Samurott Goldengo is like the most common hazard breaking core? No. No. Super no. It is pretty rare. Yes. Gold A Trot is indeed rare, as the stats just showed. It is very common and overused. It is not common at all in national decks. Hazard stack isn't nearly as strong. Okay, we got the Toxic. Oh, never mind. We didn't. We missed also. And we missed again. Dude, that's great. Okay, I mean, I don't know. I did my best there. Yeah, okay. That should be game. Well, actually, we can go for a TR here. We survived. That's kind of cool. Let's go Ursaluna. I think we have to Swords Dance. Someone's saying there's like 1 in 20. There's no way you run Samurott without Goldengo. I just showed you the stats. 40% in the ELO range, 40% run Goldengo with Samurott. We don't have to guess. We don't have to go on experience. We have the numbers. Okay, Slowbro outsped, which makes sense. Didn't use Scald for some weird reason, and we hit it with a big facade. So this is actually looking very winnable now. So if this is max HP, it's still dying to Earthquake. So I'm just going to Earthquake here. I don't think that's... And it's a focus... Yeah. No, you should be a Focus Sash Great Tusk, because that is a thing that people do. Okay. Let's think about this here. What's the right sequence is what I'm trying to find. I think we keep Slowking for later. If we can. So, well, I don't think we can, though. Yeah. Stack Attack definitely can win this game. I think that's got to be our angle. So let's go Slow King here, and we can go for a quick Scald. And then we should be able to live any hit next turn. Okay, looks like a pretty bulky gold, so that's concerning. We can Trick Room here. On the Hex, that's fine. And then I think it's got to be a Psychic Noise here. Yep, to block the recover. And we have to hope on Heat Crash, which, I mean, I think this is a pretty defensive Goldango, so I think it's unlikely to kill. But, you know, there's Focus Blast missing. There are other ways. And, okay, the Goldango went for Thunder Wave. Completely inexplicable play. That was a... Actually, no. I mean, it has higher accuracy. So if we don't get paralyzed, we're actually not in a bad spot. Okay. So the play here is Corviknight, and I believe I can threaten the Goldango with a Brave Bird KO to keep it scared out. That's the theory. Let's see. That is an incorrect theory. Okay. So I'm going to hope then that this thing can't kill Hatterene with 2 hits. So please be like a freeze, like an Earth Power here. Ice Beam. Okay, that'll super kill. Yeah, so I think we're toast. Yeah, I'm trying. I mean, maybe Stack Attack can survive in Trick Room and then not get paralyzed. I don't think we live. Actually, we might. Let's Trick Room here. Oh, never mind. It just predicted that first time. Okay. GG. Yeah, I mean, obviously that was like the worst possible thing we could have seen was a team like that. Like, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was super unfortunate, obviously, the matchup, but still, like, the hazards cannot be blamed for all, or perhaps even most of that. What was really the problem, I think, was Goldango. Like, if you look at our team, what do we do when we see a Goldango, right? We basically just cry. So that can't be how we go about that matchup. Yeah. Okay, let's think about what we can change here. Yeah, Sash Tusk. That may have been a... Sash Tusk is not a thing, especially since we didn't have hazards. I don't know. That was like a little sus, but I doubt it was a snipe still. Yeah, we need a really solid Goldango answer. We talked about priority. I feel like life is urging a King Gambit. But Audino not having knock, I don't think was the determining factor there. Like, I really don't think that's what did it, or like even really, I don't think that was even a big factor. Okay, here's an idea. Cinderace. Gives us issues with ground, which is workable, I think. I think we put the air balloon on this guy, and we probably get a Slowbro on the team. Go helmet on this. This might help. I think we give it... I think I do like Blaze here. But I think offensive Blaze seems good. Court change Trick Room. You never know. We're not running a Brute Bonnet. Trust me, it's bad. It's no, Brute Bonnet, especially, we don't have a Torkoal, you know, right? Like, maybe On actually, not even. I would be astounded. Like, I think there is a less than a 5% chance that even on a Sun Trick Room team, Brute Bonnet has a place. There are just so many Pokemon that are strong that can take advantage of Sun on Trick Room. Can I quickly explain what's making me use Audino? Yeah, so it's a Trick Room setter with Regenerator. I've seen it be used successfully on regular Audino in the past. I haven't had a great experience with Mega Mawile on Trick Room, so I thought, okay, let's just do an optional Mega, or like more likely we Mega late game, and keep the Regenerator earlier game, but use Mega Evolution as needed on Audino, and kind of keep it as a just that. Like, we have a basically, don't think of it as a Mega Audino team. Think of it as an Audino Trick Room where we don't have a Mega, so we might as well give the Audino a Mega Stone for when it needs it. That's, I think, kind of the way to think about this. Okay. We could also go Libero on this and have Sucker Punch. I think that's maybe a better idea. Okay, let's give this a try. Hello, Ascendant 7277. Hello to you as well. I hope you also have a wonderful day. People didn't believe in Bonnet in doubles either, then they did. I mean, doubles is just a totally different game though, right? Like, there are so many, like Murkrow was like a top tier in doubles. I mean, comparing them is tough. Brute Bonnet, yeah, I doubt it. I doubt it. Okay, this seems like the kind of team that we should destroy. I feel like we should be in a good spot here, but we shall see. Okay, I think I want to start off with Audino, honestly, and just kind of throw off a Toxic, and if Pharaoh comes in, we can deal with that pretty easily, I think. Actually, yeah, the other thing, I will bring back Knockoff. Now that we don't have, now that we have a little bit better of a Zard... Well, actually, no, our Zardwise situation is not much improved, but we have a Cinderace with... We'll see what happens. Okay. In comes Audino. Let's just go for that Toxic. U-turn comes out. Let's see what comes in. Raging Bolt. Oh, Audino, that is the third Toxic in a row you've missed. Let's try this again. There, finally. Oh my gosh. You are terrible. Okay, we can protect here. That is choice specs damage. And then so we can go into Slowbro here, which I'm hoping can take this hit, but honestly, I'm not convinced. Okay, it did. All right, good stuff, Slowbro. We can pivot. Do we want to pivot back to Audino? Let's just regularly teleport. Okay, staying in. Interesting play. Can go into Cinderace here. Big U-turn. This will not kill, but we can go into Audino, and then the toxic damage will absolutely kill. So Raging Bolt was one of the bigger threats of this game, so very happy to see that go. In comes Pharaoh. That is a Rocky Helmet set. So we could use this opportunity to regen up a little. I think I like the idea of going Slowbro, and then we can double into Hatterene. Maybe get some hazards. Okay, cool. I think this is just a nice... Let's just go for a nice little Psychic Noise and see what this Pharaoh wants to do. Hopefully no Gyro Ball. It instantly has Gyro Ball. Okay, that's... Okay, we can go... I'm going to go for one more Psychic Noise, actually, because I think the Pharaoh might predict a switch out. Okay, interesting. Pelipper was not something I expected to see come out there, but I definitely don't mind seeing it. And it looks like that's probably the end of Pelipper. We can go for... Is this the right time to go for a Trick Room? I think so. Let's go for a Trick Room here. Okay, never mind. So Pelipper's going to be alive still. We can go for a Psy Noise here, though. I don't think Crawdont enters. Cool. We can go for another one. Can go into Slowbro here, get some Rocky Helmet damage. Also, someone said I was about to swear. That is not the case. What I was saying was, come on. Let's see. Okay, cool. I think Scald probably kills here with the rain. Let me double check. This Pharaoh is going to have no special defense, likely. So this probably kills. Do we want to kill, or would we rather steal the rocks, though? Honestly, let me teleport here and see if this thing wants to set rocks. It looks like it doesn't, which is fair. So this Pharaoh has it kind of knows what's up a little bit, but we can use this as an opportunity to just heal some stuff up. So I can go Wish here, and then we can bring in Hatterene. Okay, great. I'm really happy that missed. Thunderwave is interesting. Not a crazy move to have, but it's a little unusual. We go for a Psychic Noise here. In comes Crawdont. So I am happy to, like, Choice Band Crabhammer's not killing, so I'm happy to just go for a Draining Kiss here. That did so much damage, and we get what I think, yeah, almost certainly mattered, that critical hit, and Crawdont goes down. So good fortune for us. Pelipper. Let's just go for Psy Noise. Okay, interesting. I thought Pelipper would try to roost there. Okay, we've got a fully physically defensive Slowbro, so I don't think Swampert is going to give us any issues. Let's see, does Scald kill? Not quite. Earthquake is indeed a 2-hit KO. So what we can do is we can Trick Room here, and then into Stakataka. Great. And then we go back into Slowbro because Stakataka cannot kill this. And now we can kill with Scald. Ladies and gentlemen, that is gaming. Okay, this is scary. I think this is kind of, well, the fact that Rain's about to run out makes this less scary. Let's go into Audino here. So we might be looking at a Z move here. So I think almost certainly a Hurricane as well. It's probably not going to be... On Rain, you want that higher power. So it'll be a Z +2. I think the Mega form can outspeed this, though. Excuse me, survive. Yeah, so let's go for that. And I think we Toxic, to be honest. I think that's going to be better long-term than going for Trick Room. Let's go for that, if Audino can hit, of course. Okay, there's that nice survival. We hit, great to see. And we can protect here. Sludge Wave is interesting. Okay. I can bring in Stakataka here just to kind of see what's up with this thing. Because you've got to be Weather Ball last, surely. Okay, how much does Swampert take from a Gyro Ball? It is dying, so we can Trick Room here and... Oh! Okay, that's a set. That's... Huh. Go figure. Okay. Live and you learn, I guess. That's, yeah, Focus Blast, Sludge Wave. You're not running Weather Ball, huh? No Weather Ball on the Rain team. Okay, that's weird. We can go Audino here. I think they'll probably be worried about the... I think we can Wish. I don't think they'll attack. Okay, cool. We can protect. Now Audino kind of wins the game. We can sort of just be really annoying here. Yeah, I'll go for a Toxic. We'll see, probably Tornado Centers is my guess. Raging Bolt comes in. Okay, cool. We protect. Thunder, we wish. Swampert comes in. Super easy Slowbro. Let's, do we Trick Room or do we just teleport? I think we just teleport. Because, yeah, I figured Raging Bolt would come in, and then that gives us an opening for Cinderace. Now, Thunderclap here, Choice Specs, is probably going to kill. So let's go for a Sucker Punch just to finish this thing off. Is someone saying this is sniping? No, then no, okay, cool. We got to win. Nice. GG. Also, viewership is great. Let's keep it going. Like the stream if you're enjoying. But yeah, there was nothing. Like, people run weird sets in Nat decks. Like the Sash, like that first game, like, I think there was like even that, I think there was like a 20% chance that was a snipe. Probably not. No. This game was totally fine. That game, there was no nonsense happening there. And hey, credit Mega Audino, it worked. The thing worked. Yeah, Mega Audino was not bad at all there. The Protect was good. We should also note that. Okay, this is I feel like we should be able to just smoke this because we have, like, this is a screens team, right? And we have so many tools for that. But let's obviously let's not get cocky. You know, let's be careful with it. I think I like a Slowbro lead here. It can pretty much teleport on anything other than the Moltres, which we have Audino for, which is a pretty solid answer. Yeah, I can go for a nice Scald on the Zama. I think Slowbro looks good. Ceruledge, okay. Okay, so Poltergeist does not kill. This is Sash, though, yeah. I'm starting to wish I had led with the Stack Attacker. We could, okay, so an option here is just Trick Room into the Scald, into the Stack Attacker. Or into Ursaluna. But then we lose the Slowbro. There is also just Stack Attacker right here, right now. But as I said, I'm pretty sure this is a Sash Ceruledge, so I'm not sure how well that would go. I think let's go for the Trick Room into Scald. I think that's probably our best play. Could go Ursaluna here, but do we want to let Ursaluna go down? Is that an okay play in this game? I think we just Scald. I think we have a good enough matchup that we don't need to take any crazy risks. And it goes for a Bitter Blade. So look at that. We didn't have to worry at all. Okay, that's awesome. Great news. Okay, now we do see Life Orb there. So the Shadow Sneak very much can kill. Do we switch in the Luna on this? Or do we try to switch in something else? You know? Do we try it? Do we try it? Yes, I think we do. I think I dare. Okay, that went well. Yeah, Ceruledge like might come in for revenge. I think we just go for a Facade here. I don't think we need to play any games. Okay, that's fine. We go for an Earthquake here. If my opponent wants to, yeah, if they want to play games, that's okay. I think we can handle that pretty well. Probably not. So one thing we should, like, lesson to take there. This probably doesn't have... This thing's last move is probably not... what am I trying to say? Like, why am I losing my mind here? It's probably not Shadow Sneak, so that explains the switch out. Thank you very much, AOK2878, for the $5 donation, saying, I never really catch streams, but I do always love your videos and VODs. Please keep it up. Your content makes cardio bearable. I'm so happy I could do that for you, because cardio really is the worst thing ever. Yeah, I feel that pain. I'm going to just go for an earthquake here. Okay. Obviously, I was hoping for like a poltergeist on predicting a Slowbro entrance, but that's totally fine. Down goes the Sarah Ledge. And in comes the Wellspring. You know, I think, but Facade is so spammable. That's what makes me hesitate. You know, we can probably go Hatterene here just fine. I think Hatterene can live too. Trailblaze? Oh, yeah, Hatterene can definitely handle that. Okay, yeah. Hatterene couldn't handle 2 Power Whips, it looks like, even with max defense, but okay, now we know. So let's go for the Trick Room. We don't get critical hit. Even a critical hit would not have done it, which is great to see. I believe we can Draining Kiss here to survive the following hit to get a little bit more damage off on this thing. Yeah, 17%, that should do it. Let's go for a Draining Kiss first. Good stuff. No critical hit, awesome to see. And now we can go for a Psychic Noise. Also prevents like a Horn Leech if that's what they want to do. Okay, and it will just be the Ivy Cudgel. This feels like the moment Stakataka was born for. Like this feels like exactly what Stakataka came to do. So let's go for that big Gyro Ball. Now, Tread. Okay, this is actually going to take a ton of damage, I think. Like, I don't think Zamazenta is going to like this. Yeah, it didn't hate it, but it did not love that. We can go into Slowbro here. Slowbro is actually looking not bad at all offensively against this team. And I'm like pretty confident this is a screen Zamazenta. I'd be really surprised if it wasn't. I'm thinking I think we just let a Trick Room rip here. I don't really see a reason not to. So we can just go for that. And I believe Psychic Noise will kill. So I'm down to just take this Zama out. And it does indeed. We do indeed get the kill. Okay, that's good. That's good to see. In comes the Moltres. So makes sense. I think we can just go into Audino and poison this thing. Or do we... Okay, better idea. I think we go Ursaluna and we Facade. Because even through screens, we can take this thing out. And I don't think this has rest. I suspect this is a Z set. So let's just switch into Ursaluna. Because we don't want to let Slowbro get blasted by a Fiery Wrath. Okay, that's totally fine. Then I think it's just a... Well, we do kind of want Stakataka healthy. We go Audino here. I think let's put our faith in Audino. Let's see what happens. Go for a Toxic here. Might as well keep the surprise alive. We can Mega Evolve and Wish, I guess. Fiery Wrath. Okay, cool. This is why we keep the surprise alive. Now, I do think we're going to get with a Z Hurricane here, which will kill. So how do we respond to that? What do we do? What do we do? Do we cry? Do we sack something? Go for Trickery. Yeah, okay, there's the Z. I forgot about the Reflect. How did I forget about that? Stakataka, how much you taking, buddy? You're dying, right? Okay, yeah. We need to U-turn here. And then we need to sack Slowbro. Stakataka is our only hope. Okay, this is doable, though. This is looking quite doable. Yeah. I expect a ground moves coming out here. Not exactly the hardest read to make. Mawile will probably be Intimidate, which is why I want to maybe preserve the Cinderace switch. So I'm going to hard switch in Stakataka here. Hopefully we don't see a prediction, and awesome, we don't. Nice moment for the air balloon there. I'm going to go for the Trick Room. Okay, cool. We see just the Ice Spinner come off. Definitely just a Heat Crash moment. This should kill. Beautiful. Okay, this is looking good. This is looking good. Okay, really happy to see Wellspring come out there because that indicates there is no answer for this. So I think we just spam Heat Crash and that should be game. I think that should be game. Yeah, no need to make a prediction there, and it was Hypercutter. Yeah, which I guess kind of makes sense on screens. But yeah, there was no reason just to not just click Heat Crash every time there. Okay, cool. We got a second win. The Cinderace version is looking strong, and Audino is kind of sort of maybe kind of a little doing something. Maybe. Okay. Let's see here. Does Stakataka, can it take a ZardY hit? Like, probably. It's not bad. We should EV Slowbro to take a Solar Beam. I gotta do that after this game. Please remind me. Somehow? What do you mean somehow? Stakataka, of course Stakataka was going to do it. Hello, the White Heron. Thank you very much. Okay. This I don't like this matchup. There are a lot of Pokemon that wall. There's just like there's an answer for everything. Heatran I don't like to see because it shuts down. Hatterene, Stakataka gets shut down by. Well, actually no. Stakataka is probably our angle here. If we can wear down Tinglu, Stakataka could look very good. I think I want to start off with Cinderace because I'm expecting there to be exactly the Rillaboom lead. I think on a team like this with no fire resist, it's gotta be. It absolutely has to. There's no way this is Flame Body. So I'm going to go for a U-turn here. Cinderace, please don't instantly get staticked. Okay, you didn't. That's awesome. All right. One thing I should have noted is actually that they don't have a ghost type. I should have done team preview analysis. I got to get better at practicing what I preach here. We can go for a Facade here. Nothing is going to want to take this. Okay. Oh, no, Ursaluna. Okay. When I saw that confusion, oh my, I was nervous. Okay, we definitely don't want to just leave this in and potentially die. So let's bring in Audino. This might be the end of Audino, but... Okay. Interesting. Eruption. So that damage is, I think, Choice Scarf. Yeah, that's Choice Scarf. So how well is Slowbro taking that? Probably not poorly. Okay, yeah, Slowbro eats that pretty well, so we can just go into Slowbro. And I think I could just like switch around between Slowbro and Audino, and I think that would go fine. But I also could go more aggressive in Trick Room here. I think I'm okay to just switch around. We can do that. Bloom Doom. Okay, good thing I switched around. Okay, now I know. Wow, that went well, unexpectedly. Okay, cool. So I'm going to throw off a quick Scald here, I think, just so this thing can't keep clicking these super powerful eruptions. If Wellspring comes in on that, that's unfortunate. Rillaboom comes in, we do not burn. Fair enough, can't really complain about that. I think I can bring in Cinderace. I don't see a ground move coming off here. Yeah, Woodhammer, that makes sense. We can go for just a U-turn. I mean, it really should be the Heatran, yeah. And how is Mega Audino taking a Woodhammer from a Rillaboom? Like, fine, I guess. I'm missing Protect. I don't think that this knockoff is worth it. Like, there are so many times I wish I could Wish Protect, and then it's like, oh, we can't. How is Stakataka doing against the Woodhammers? Like, it's not loving it, but it's taking it. So, okay, let's go into this and Wish. Solar Beam, that's a choice. I don't really know what to make of that. I guess we just stay in. We could Trick Room. Doesn't hurt. Let's go for a wish here. Okay. I think we Mega Evolve and Toxic here. I think we really need this Rillaboom getting weakened. Audino, you are so bad at this. You are so bad. You actually, oh my gosh. Okay, let's go into Ursaluna here. This Rillaboom should be switching out, but like, dude, I mean, it's just unbelievable, isn't it? Like, this thing has missed, I think, what is it? It's clicked 5 Toxics, and I think it's missed. I'm going to Drain Punch here because it covers... Okay, that turned out well. Yeah, so I didn't want to click the ground move there. Facade actually has a chance to kill. Pretty good chance. Let's go for that. We do get it. Beautiful. Ursaluna knows how to be okay. Okay, I don't know what the plan is with this Heatran. Like, Eruption is just not going to do any damage. We can go for a Drain Punch. We survive the Eruption, and then we can heal a ton of health back. Yep. Delicious. Okay. With that kind of neutralized, I think okay, and we get the forfeit. Good game. Okay, so since changing to the Cinderace version, we have won every game. We're currently 3-1. So let's keep it going. Honestly, this is not looking too bad. This is looking maybe workable. The Audino, I do question. Like, I think the idea of Cinderace Trick Room is fascinating, and I think it's cool. I don't know if the Audino is justifying itself. But please do remember to like the stream. I'm glad to see so many people wanted to come see Audino. That's awesome to see. I was, oh, by the way, right, I got to talk about this. So, as we're searching, okay, I know the game started, but I'm gonna keep talking about this. I know the real reason everybody comes to these streams to hear my reviews of the latest girly pop albums. So I finally got around to listening to the new Olivia Rodrigo album. I would give it, I'm gonna say like 8 out of 10. Really solid stuff. Highly recommend. I'd say top 3, I'd say Honeybee, Stupid Song, Less. Highly recommend. Anyway, HF, let's get into this game. Okay. Oh, did I forget to put Protect back on? No, I didn't. Yeah, we have it. Okay, so let's see. I think, again, we have to start with Cinderace because we just get so... Yeah, Rillaboom is scary. Okay, interesting. All right. I mean, we have Audino. We should be okay here. This is something Audino can do. Let's go for the Trick Room. Okay, we see a Fire Dance. Do we see a boost? We do not. That allows us to potentially wish before we pass here. I think I'd rather just go hard into Ursaluna anyway, to be honest. A T-Spike goes up. That is threatening, but not as threatening as it could have been, thanks to Cinderace. I think we Earthquake. I think a Mimikyu is somewhat likely here. Rillaboom would be a pretty aggressive play. Yeah, okay, caught it. Love to see that. And Rillaboom here, I don't think the Grassy Glide necessarily even kills. It's unlikely to. So let's go for another Earthquake, and then we can Facade the following turn if Rillaboom does enter. Yeah, so I will Facade here. If the opponent predicts that, great. Grassy Glide, max Adamant Glide has a 6% chance to kill here. 6.3. So I have reason to be optimistic. Okay, Treads enters. Fair enough. I'm happy to just Drain Punch here. Okay. Going for the double hazard. I mean, we do have a Cinderace, though, so I think my opponent's kind of playing a bit of a dangerous game here. So here's the thing. I could go into Cinderace right here on what I expect will be a Wood Hammer. If we get hit by like a superpower, that could go badly. I'm going to go into Cinderace. I think we have to, I don't think we can play scared here. Great. Love to see that. And let's just go right for that court. Okay, what? Hold on. How did that Wood... Are you like 73? How did that... Okay, well okay, we lose. Yeah, I mean that's not good. Well, actually, okay, not necessarily over. We still have Stack Attacka, but it's looking dire. It's looking really bad. Let's think about this. How do we have a chance here? What's the angle? It's got to be, okay, I think it starts with Ursaluna. And we know this is not banded, which is actually good to know. So that means Slowbro, I don't think dies here. Really? Is this with like terrain up? Yeah, that's with grassy terrain up. So Slowbro should survive here, and we can get off a Trick Room and potentially deal a ton of damage to this if it wants to stay in Woodhammer. So unless it's like, what set is this? Okay, I think this is the grass boosting item, and we've just gotten, yeah. So to do that much, it's got to be like, there's no way it's Expert Belt, so I think it's the like Miracle Seed, which obviously I didn't see that coming, so that's really bad. We can go Audino here. Okay, Woodhammer will kill. We can Mega Evolve to not die, and also make it take more damage. So if it wants to Woodhammer here, I really hope it does. That'd be great. Okay, please die to recoil. It didn't, but still. Okay, this still puts us in a possibly winnable position. I think Stack Attacka absolutely has to be our play here. It's going to be another Stack Attacka hope situation, which, as I said, I think it's doable. I think it's very doable. Yeah, it's basically the grass plate item, which I think is Miracle Seed. Okay, yeah, Gyro Ball, obviously doing what Gyro Ball does, a ton of damage. Has the team won a game yet? Yeah, we're 3-1. Okay, good. This should force out Zamazenta. Then we can bring in Hatterene. The turns don't really work out, though. Zamazenta can kill in one hit, right? Does it kill with the body press? Probably. Yeah. Okay, we have to go... I hate this. We have to go Hatterene here. Okay, that's actually good. That's good news. We like to see that. So what I think I can do here, because I don't think this stays in. I think you always go into Iron Crown. Oh, if they leave in their Zamazenta here, it's game. But I don't think you leave in your Zamazenta to just die. I don't think you do that. So I'm going to go into Ursaluna. Okay, Mimikyu comes in. Yeah, this is the problem, though. They go Zamazenta after this. I've got to hope it doesn't have Heavy Slam. Life Orb Zamazenta should always be carrying Heavy Slam in this format. I'm going to just have to hope it doesn't have that. I think that's our only chance. Okay, the fact that Rillaboom comes in is really inspiring. Actually, that's really good news. I hope it doesn't like try to KO itself with a Woodhammer here, because if not, I think I can go into Stack Attacka and actually kind of make a play for the game. Let's go for the Facade. Okay, Grassy Glide. That is what I wanted to see. Hatterene super dies. Stack Attacka in. We could go Hatterene and see if it wants to like click Superpower. I think we just have to hope it doesn't have that. Okay, Woodhammer. This is good. I think we can... Oh no, it KO'd itself. I don't think we can kill Zamazenta. I don't think we can, but hold on though. Maybe, just maybe, with 2 Life Orb recoils, we'll go into... Okay, we can go into Hatterene here. Right. Then we've got to... I don't think Stack Attacka can do this, I'm afraid. We've got a Healing Wish. Yeah. but then we don't kill with the Heat Crash. Unless we've got to get a roll here. The Zama switch is, I think, a complete throw. I think that's a huge throw. Now it comes down to a Focus Blast. It comes down to, can they hit a Focus Blast? If they don't have Focus Blast, we win. They do have Focus Blast. They do hit. That's game. Okay, that's unfortunate. That game we lost just because Cinderace, like, if we had gotten a core change off, totally different game in every way. So that was really just a case of, I thought the Rillaboom was banded because of the damage, and it turned out to be Miracle Seed and caught us off guard. But and then, of course, we got hit by Focus Blast at the end. If we dodged that, that was definitely game. So I think that was not an unwinnable matchup. We didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was going on, at least. Extension is Team Analyzer. Okay, we get to face Stall. So big priority in Stall matchups is always make sure Ursaluna gets burned and not any other nonsense. That's the priority. So let's start the game with... how about a Slowbro? That seems fine. We can go for a Scald. That might scare Sableye out of staying in. Okay, no, Sableye's down to risk that, and it does not get burned, so good for Sableye. I'll go for another Scald because it's at low health, might want to recover. We don't get the burn again. This is such a fortunate team, isn't it? Let's port here, and we do get the burn. Okay, good. That's what we like to see. So I'm going to Swords Dance here. I'm expecting Corviknight to enter. We'll see. Okay, interesting. Let's go for a Facade here, trying to catch the potential Dondozo entering. That's really confusing, that Toxic Spikes play. Okay, let's go for another Facade. Obviously, we don't love taking Rocky Helmet damage, but it's workable. Okay, down goes Dondozo, and we can wish past this up. So we're looking pretty good here. I definitely want to bring in Cinderace. We'll see what this is. Well, actually, hold on. Before I should have maybe checked something before. Okay, Protect. So this is one of those pressure ones. Let's go for the core change here, just so we can kind of get that. Of course, obviously, core changing these Toxic Spikes will not do anything for us. The opponent has 3 poison types here, but it allows us to go into Hatterene and then block future Toxic Spikes. Which the Psychic Noise Hatterene is looking potentially not pretty scary here. Not too bad at all. Okay, they go for another round. I'll just go for a Psy Noise here. I'm expecting probably Corviknight. I wouldn't say the team's been so. We've won. Okay, Covert Cloak, Corviknight. Good to know. We can bring in Audino here. And I think we can try to wish up the Ursaluna. Defog, yeah, makes sense. Let's wish. Defog, Protect, Roost, and what? Brave Bird? I like to see that it doesn't have Iron Defense, Body Press. I mean, it could, but there's no way it's not running Roost. So that means with Swords Dance Ursaluna, we can probably wrap this game up. Remember to like the stream if you're enjoying. Opponent here is just pondering their Corviknight for some reason. Just lost because I just didn't see a Rillaboom set coming, and like thought it was banded, and then our Cinderace died when we had a Toxic Spike and our Stealth Rock up. Yeah, like it was a completely tragic turn that totally changed the trajectory of the game. Had I known it was that set, I would have just sacked like Audino or something, then gone into Cinderace and court changed. So yeah, we lost that game because I was shocked by a set I'd never seen before. We are now 3-2 because of after that unfortunate event. Oh, the first one was, yeah, the first one was some absolute nonsense. I'm going to go into Ursaluna here. Toxic Spike might go up. That's okay. Let's go for the Swords Dance. I don't know what they think this is doing. Okay, that's fine. There's no way you're foul play last. I'm going for another Swords Dance. I'm going to Swords Dance again. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, click protect. Okay, let's go for a Drain Punch. You better not flinch me. Cool. Okay, this should be game then. We can just click Earthquake now. Yeah, I don't think this was a snipe for obvious reasons. Let's just go for the Earthquake here. I don't know. Like, what are you doing? Like, I don't know what my opponent's doing. I don't know what they're thinking here. There's really, yeah, like, you've got 4 poison types. You click Protect with the Sableye to get a bit more burn damage. Then if you have a Levitate Wheezing, you go into that and try to switch between Wheezing and Sableye to wear down burn damage. And, you know, if you... Yeah, like you can, I don't know, I got no idea what my opponent's doing here. If you have a Levitate Wheezing, you protect and then go into that. If you don't have a Levitate Wheezing, you've lost the game. Like you lose. There's nothing you can do. So are they just timer stalling because they're angry? Okay, because that was a long time to click protect, but maybe they're doing some analysis. The fact that they didn't go to the full timeout makes me think they're not trying to timer stall. But that's game there, even if it is a neutralizing gas Wheezing at this point. Yeah, I mean, Earthquake still does a billion. Facade does a little bit more, so I'll go for that. Yeah, Sludge Bomb's not going to do it. I'll hit him with the GG. Some people said this was a snipe, which is crazy. Like, nobody snipes a Wish plus Ursaluna team with their stall. Like, that's not... Nobody is doing that. Okay, cool. Well, that was a pretty easy win. 4-2. Yeah, that's a point for Audino. It did Wish up. Okay. Audino should be pretty good against Como, so I feel like that's good to have here. What is our best sweeper here? I feel like Stack Attack is looking fire. If we can wear down that Corviknight just a little bit, Heat Crash is going to go... Oh, we got it. It says big fan. Thanks. I was in your dream earlier. Wow. I did not know that you were in my dream. That's... No, I know. I'm just messing. Yeah. Okay, stream. Okay, so they know the team. Appreciate you letting me know. You don't have to. You can take secret knowledge with you. That's totally your right on the ladder. But obviously, if someone wants to, you know, whatever their notion of noble is, I'm happy to take to have more information. So it's good to know. Cinderace looks really good against almost everything here. So I'm going to start with this. Oh, cool. If I be able to look at it soon, hopefully. Been getting just so many messages, really backed up on that right now, trying to get out this next video. But anyway, let's start with Cinderace. Let's get the timer going here. Put the pressure on. Como lead. Okay. This might be hazard, this might be setup. In both cases, I U-turn right out into Hatterene. The only time Hatterene is going to go badly here is if this turns out to be like Choice Scarf, and then Just destroy. Okay, that's really good. I will obviously be, I'm very much happy with that. Let's take a look at that damage and try to get a read on what kind of set this might be. So is he U-turn doing, okay, so that implies probably HP invested. So I'm thinking I can go Ursaluna here and just go for a Drain Punch. Seems like a solid play. Okay, in comes Corviknight. Let's see what this is. Okay, Helmet makes sense. I think Slowbro here is fine. Matches up pretty well into the entire team. Okay, we get a little bit more damage on Corviknight. So let it be noted that the stack attack plan is looking closer and closer. I'm going to go into Audino here. I'm expecting a knockoff. There's the Mega Evolution, and that is indeed a knockoff. So I think I'm going to... I think I actually like Hatterene here because the one thing you never do in that scenario my opponent was just in, the one thing you never do is just go for like another knockoff. I'm going to go Ursaluna here. I was just just so sure Slowking was coming in. Here I want a Swords Dance, anticipating the Corviknight. Actually, is there any downside to just clicking Facade on the Corviknight into Drain Punch? I think that's a safer play, so I'm just going to do that. Yeah, I think that's a better play. Because if that Corviknight, as I said, if that Corviknight goes down, Stack Attacka pretty much just wins on the spot. Okay, good thing I didn't go for the read there. Yeah, that would have been a completely unnecessary risk. Down goes the Glow King. Great to see. Great to see. Here, I'm going to Drain Punch. I think a Roost is... Oh, wow. You are... okay, minimum speed Corviknight in the house. But now the Corviknight is in Heat Crash range for Stack Attacka guaranteed. So super weird play there, but obviously I'm happy to see it. I think we can go Audino here. It's the special wall. This is kind of what it's for. Moonblast comes out. That is... Scarf damage. That's sad. That is Scarf damage. Yikes. Trick Room, I guess, right? Actually, we can Toxic. Let's go for a Toxic. Audino? Audino hits a Toxic. Everybody clap. Let's protect here. Como enters. Okay, I'm going to Mega Evolve here to block any nonsense, and then we can go for a Toxic. Flamethrower. We survive, and we talk. Look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, come on. You got to give some credit. You got to give some credit where it's due, right? That's pretty cool. I'm going to go into Slowbro here because I don't think you click the big dragon move. Yeah. Let's go into Hatterene here because you might click the big dragon move, or you might go for a Flamethrower, predicting Audino to re-enter. I think what we can do here is... I'm tempted to try to get the Stack Attacka thing started. I don't know if it's time. Quite. I don't know if it's quite time yet. Yeah. Is Hatterene useful? I think still kind of yes. So let's sack Audino here. We can let it go. It did its role pretty well. And then we can go into Cinderace and get off a nice U-turn here. Como enters. Fine. Now I think this is a good opportunity to go Hatterene, and we can go for the Trick Room now in a in a better position. Okay. Slowbro. It's fine. And let's see, does that Earthquake reveal anything? No. Probably Jolly. Okay. Let's just teleport in the Stack Attacka, I think, and get started. Okay, Lele enters. That's not hard to deal with. Cool. We can go for a Gyro Ball, which does like 1,000,000,000%. Corviknight comes in. It will definitely get to it KO'd, which is great to see. Como will super die. Yep. Stack Attacka is really, really good. Like, this Pokemon never disappoints. And there's the forfeit. GG. We are 5-2. This is looking really solid. We are definitely above 50% now on toxic hit rate. Okay, I just had a I think I built the team with this guy. Cool. So, all right. That is, so I know this team. This is a modest Venusaur. I think it's Leech Seed non-synthesis, which was an interesting idea I had, which I hope has been working out for them. So that's a big threat. Venusaur is a very big threat here. Max defense, Fizdef, Mola. We outspeed it with our Ursaluna. Maybe a Choice Specs Tapu Koko, maybe Z. Punching Glove, Iron Hands. Yeah, this is going to be a really scary team to face. This is going to be really scary. Okay. Mega Venusaur with like max HP. How much are you taking from Facade when you're burned? I don't know how to change it to burned. Okay, I'm thinking that'll come close to killing at least. Oh, I didn't even think about bulletproof. That's a good note. Yeah, that could have been bad. Good thing that was soundproof. Okay. Yeah, Gyro Ball is blocked by bulletproof. Dang. So we want to leverage Ursaluna as quickly as possible is basically the right approach to this game. I think I want to start with... Ugh. Yeah, this is not easy. I think I want to start with Audino. Okay, yeah, starting off with Venusaur makes a lot of sense here. It's obviously really, really hard for me to deal with. We can protect and just stall out a turn. Sludge Bomb makes sense. How much is Ursaluna taking? How much are you taking, buddy? That's a ton. Okay, we can Trick Room. Please don't instantly poison me. Okay, hey, look at that. All right, we can Wish here. And then we can bring in the Luna, is I think probably our play. All right, let's go in. Okay, Sludge, please don't poison. Okay, awesome. And this, oh yeah, this, I think this will kill. 50% chance if it's max HP, which if I recall correctly, it is not. So I think they'll want to, they might just stay in. Let's just go for the Facade. I think there's a chance that it just stays in. If my opponent's playing well here, they will not leave this Venusaur in. This is a huge threat to me, but we'll see what they do. They leave it in. They survive. That is such bad news. Oh my god. Holy yikes. So I guess I mean, this thing, I thought I had like less than max HP, so that must have been a terrible roll, but I mean, it happens. Okay, wow, that's such bad news. Okay, how do we salvage this position after that? I don't know. Yeah, because the Mola comes in. Okay, here's an idea. I think I SD here as the Mola enters. Then we can take it out. We will also die to Helmet, but we can take the Mola out. Then Stack Attack can win. That, I think, is the salvaging position here. Okay, sacking, I'm super happy to take that as well. Sacking Venusaur, deal. Now I can Healing Wish up the Ursaluna later. Okay, we go Audino here, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, that Dazzling Gleam is looking Choice Specs. Yeah, that's definitely Choice Specs. Okay, we can go for a Wish here. Or do we just Toxic? Do we just throw off one of those? Let's just throw off a Toxic. I'm worried about potentially Iron Hands coming in. That could be bad. Okay, good thing we went for the Toxic because Iron Hands did indeed come in. And look at that, we even hit. Look at that. Okay, so this Iron Hands obviously is super scary. Yeah, this is terrifying. So we could Trick Room here. Slowbro, do you die? This thing's Punching Glove. So Slowbro has a 37% chance to die here. That's obviously not good news. I think I want to keep Audino alive. think they do. Yeah, we need Luna alive as well. So there's just a lot that we need to keep alive here. Let's go for the protect. Okay, good to see Drain Punch. We go into Slowbro here. Remember, we will not get the helmet because this thing has a punching glove. There's a Thunder Punch. We do survive, so that's good. We didn't get the bad roll. And the fact that this thing can just get healed up is devastating. Cinderace here. How much are you taking from like a Drain Punch? You can die to a Drain Punch, Cinderace. That is horrifying, but like almost 0% chance. How much does it heal though? Heals so much back. I think, jeez, I think Cinderace is still the best play here. I think it will be a Drain Punch here. Okay, Thunder Punch. Yeah, obviously did not see that coming. Well played. Well played by my opponent. All right. So here's what I think I need to do. I need to go into Hatterene here, and my opponent should bring in Mola. So what I'm going to do on that Mola, actually, I can just kind of Psychic Noise here and be pretty annoying. So I think before I take myself out of the running, I think I'll go for that. So we can Trick Room here. Yeah, we're 5-2 currently. Yeah, we're doing okay. Okay, I think I Healing Wish here. This feels like the right time. This feels like the right time. Makes me worry about dealing with Iron Hands in the future. Please click an electric move. Okay, that's not that works too. Let's go for the Swords Dance here. I think this is doable. Okay, Tapu Koko does go for the U-turn. Could have caught it with an Earthquake there. Would have been nice, but it happens. Hands is surprising there. I'll just Facade. Okay, yeah, wow, that was a super weird sack. I do not agree with that play. I think that was not the right call for my opponent. Just because a Pokemon's poisoned and at low health does not mean it is your sack. So Mola actually underspeeds me here, like it outspeeds in Trick Room. I don't know if my opponent will know that. Whether they knew it or not, they did take advantage of it. I don't know if that's what they wanted, though. They might have not wanted that. Okay, Treads. I'm actually really happy to see the Treads sack because now I can poison everything with Audino. Or Treads not sack, I guess. So that's a bit unfortunate because it's going to get Stealth Rock up here. There's not really anything I can do about that. I can... Whoa... Okay, we are an... Never mind, it is a defensive... It is a defensive ground... Okay, well, that's interesting. The more you know. We might... Like, Stack Attack is good for only taking Dazzling Gleams, so we might... Oh, okay, U-turn. All right, fair enough. I think we should be good here. I think we can just kind of Audino around... Yeah, like this is fine. Let's go back into Slowbro. We can kind of just do the whole regen thing. Surprised they went for that there though. That's surprising. Bring in Slowbro. Degleam, yep. I'll go for the Toxic here. Okay, we hit, great. Let's bring in Stack Attack. Sure, Stone Edge. Okay. Slowbro. Flip turn, fine. Audino, it's kind of doing it. T-Bolt here will be rough, but we'll survive. Okay. It's actually getting a little bit scary. Good plays there for my opponent. I think we sack the stack here. And then we can go Audino and Toxic here. If we can catch the Mola, that'd be awesome. Good play. Well done. Wow, good stuff. I'm gonna go slow, bro. I don't think you leave it in again. Okay, cool. Let's just go for a Scald here. Go for a Sigh Noise. And I think a Scald looks nice. Okay, well played from the opponent. Audino looks good. Get a Wish off with Audino, that'd be great. Oh, right, I forgot. This thing's Brave Bird. I forgot about that. It's scary. I think we have to sack, unless there's a chance that Brave Bird won't kill. It probably will. Let's go, we gotta sack Luna here. Okay, go back into Slowbro maybe? A little bit more health. Okay, I'm confused. I don't really know what's happening anymore. We can go... Can Audino live a Thunderbolt? Mega Audino live a Specs Thunderbolt? $50-50. Let's go Luna to start. Oh, Degleam. Yeah, I can live that. Let's Toxic here. Catch the Moltres. Cool. Brave Bird, 6.3% chance to kill. I'm going for it. We die! Okay, well that was super cool. It happens. I mean, I'm trying to think what the play was there. I don't know. I think that endgame wasn't played that badly. I think we just, I mean, I don't know, dying. Yeah, I guess maybe I just should have clicked Wish more with Audino, not let it got so low. I don't, like, I feel like that was a throw. I don't know. I don't know what happened though. Obviously that sucked. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, Moltres there was, yeah, like, I guess Ursaluna, maybe I should have, like, I mean, it got low because of the, it got low. Okay. Like, in all fairness, it got low because, yeah, like the treads was like booster defense, which I'd never seen before. Which was, yeah, that, I don't know, because booster, yeah, I don't know. Well, actually, no. It makes sense because it was Max Spadef on that team. So I guess, yeah, I guess I should have just not let Ursaluna get hit so hard by the treads. Was the move. Why didn't we Mega Evolve? Because I wanted regen and we had a super, super low chance to die. Maybe, like, yeah, in retrospect, obviously Mega Evolving was the play because you know now that there was like a super high roll. Actually, though, I might have not been. I might have been calcing Timid. It might have not changed. I should have maybe checked that on the calc. Maybe we should have Mega Evolved there. But yeah, if there was actually like a 6% chance to die, not Mega Evolving was the correct play there. I am going to Mega Evolve, and I have Mega Evolved. I'm aware of the use of items. I do know what I'm doing. I have played this game before. I am aware of the limitations of the item as well. It's something we're trying. Okay. Let's see. This looks like a very, very fragile to Ursaluna if we can just kind of Swords Dance. I think I like just leading with Audino. We can poison most of the team. Sure, let's just go for a Toxic. I don't think the Molt was attack invested. Okay, this is a bit of a weird situation. I think I like Trick Room here in case this is some like weird Swords Dance Landorus. All right, doesn't look like it is. We can go Slowbro. Okay, we see that come out. I mean, we can take those. I'll go for a Scald here. I think that's all right. Wow, okay, so that's just a super questionable play. So our opponent sets Stealth Rock when we have a Cinderace, and then they let their Stealth Rocker die. So I don't know what they are doing. But, yeah, actually, there's not much more to add. I have no idea what they're doing. Hatterene comes in here. Okay, but they go for the knockoff, so I guess this is probably AV Mola. I've never seen knockoff on a non-AV Mola. So, I think I can just go Cinderace here. Should be like a flip turn, and we'll survive, and then we can just court change the following turn. There shouldn't be anything to stop us. Okay. People... I'm gonna core change. You bet. Yeah. I don't know what it is with like low ladder and Scarf Curum, but it's just everywhere for some reason. Anyway, let's Swords Dance. Obviously, that's annoying. A Facade kills everything, so we can just do that here. Yeah. Wait, what? Okay, it's a fast Mola, so there's no way that's intentional. They just forgot the speed, I'm pretty sure. But okay, now they have to let something else die, which is, I don't know if that's good for us or not. I think I'd have liked to kill the Mola, but, and the Tyranitar lives naturally. So it's HP invested. Okay, let's go into Slowbro. All right, it's going to Ice Punch and be KO'd. That was a super frustrating Scarf Curum. I just somehow like, I don't know. Like I'm like, it's just not a set, but anyway. Okay, why did you go into Mola here? I don't understand these people. Let's I mean this is AV, right? So Ursaluna, how much are you doing? Not a ton, but like still enough. Let's Trick Room. Yeah, now Mola's dying, so we can teleport pretty safely here into Ursaluna and start doing some big things. Okay, you are... I don't know what you are. I don't know what you are, Mola. You're a fast... Like, I don't know. I'm going to Swords Dance here. Okay. We get... Okay, that's fine, I guess. All Facade. We'll see if this thing has Protect or what we're dealing with here. Yeah, okay. I don't know what I'm facing. Like these sets are just bonkers. I see a Scarf Curum often enough to know it might ruin my day, but not often enough to respect it. Okay, we've just Facade here. It kills everything. Okay, we should be at a point where Stack Attack I can win. Air Balloon. Okay, that's fine. Let's just Drain Punch here. I was half expecting them to stay in, thinking they could survive somehow. Maybe I'm being too disrespectful, but I think this team is full of super whack sets. Okay, Trick Room. We can just Scald. Yeah, we just click Gyro Ball twice. This is over. Okay. All right, that's we can get searching for another one here because don't have a lot of time left. Okay, we're facing this fella again. Let's see. So what did we learn? We learned the Corb is really slow to the point Ursaluna outpaces it. We learned the Lele, I think, is Scarf. Slowking just died, so we didn't learn anything about that. They led with Como last time. People tend to like leading with the same stuff. Let's lead with Cinderace anyway. Okay, like that's fine. I'm still down to U-turn. And then just go into Hatterene. No, Knockoff isn't a bad move. The Scarf Curum plus the... Knockoff's not a bad move. I do think Toxic's a lot better, but the weird thing was the Speedy Mola and the Scarf Curum. That combo was like, what are we doing? We are 6-3. I feel like we keep losing against like really, really low elos though, so we're somehow not moving up even though we have a pretty good record. Flamethrower obviously is not going to do much. Let's go Ursaluna here. Should be on the Slowking. And this time I will Swords Dance. Corviknight enters. Cool. Facade. Let's do it. That did so... You gotta love Ursaluna, right? Cool. And now just a nice Drain Punch. Ooh. Look at all this. This is going to be delicious. Look at that. Yum. Okay. This, yeah, this game's probably pretty much over. Does the Z even kill? It can. Yeah, so we switch out. No reason to risk it. Yeah, and I don't think you get the boost. Yeah, you blank into the fairy. That's devastating. Go for a D-Kiss here. Might stay in. Try to catch the Ursaluna. Actually, let's go for a Psy Noise, because that could also cover the Corviknight coming in, trying to heal. I think this is quite the tough matchup. GG. Yeah, I don't think it's great for you. It's, yeah, I mean, that wasn't a super well executed, but that's the other thing though with a team like that. Like, you've got a balance with a Como in the middle of it. Like let's just do some like quick team commentary here. But if we look here, right, this is a team where we have pretty much 0 breakers. That's why it's been kind of so easy for me to dance around this team. The Lele is Scarf, or at least not. Actually, yeah, it can't, probably not. I'm pretty sure this Lele is Scarf. We've got a Drill, which is like Sword Stance, and then we've got a Como, which is set up. Nothing on this team. Maybe the Tyranitar. Actually, yeah, the Tyranitar might be. The team might not be bad. I guess I haven't really seen the Tyranitar do anything. Okay, this team's very vulnerable to Facade. So that's probably going to be the plan. I think I like starting off with Slowbro because it can teleport. Charizard starts. Okay. Oh, right. I forgot to EV it to live a Solar Beam. So we're going to have to deal with this. I think into Audino we go. Into Audino we go. Remember to like the stream if you're enjoying. Okay. Yep, there is the Zard Y indeed. There's the Solar Beam. There's the Solar Beam doing way too much. Weather Ball does not kill, so that's pretty cool. Do we Toxic or do we Trick Room? I'm going to Trick Room. Flamethrower, yeah, we'll survive that. I'll throw off a Toxic here. Cool. Let's go. Actually, Stack Attack is looking... Oh, we hit? Wow, they just like went... They were fully like, yeah, I'm going to just try to see if you miss. What a play. I guess... No, I'm not going to say I respect it. I kind of don't. But okay. I mean, that's good. Kartana, you... Oh, am I being baited? They might be trying to bait me here. I'm going to go for it, though. I'll take the bait. Okay, there was no bait. Just a Stack Attacka. Okay, I'm going to Stone Edge again. Stack Attacka is doing what it does, and it's going well. Heatran will super kill with Eruption, if that's what it is. Victini needs a Choice Band to kill with V-Create, which is hilarious. Yeah, this is almost certainly Eruption, though, so we've got to respect this. I think the sack is Hatterene. I don't see that being useful at all here. Yeah, sure enough, there's the Eruption. Does Slowbro die to Choice Band? I think it does, actually. Dies to Modest Eruption, which is kind of unlikely, but I still think I want to go into Cinderace first and Sucker Punch just to be sure. Actually, you know what the other thing is? It might pull out like a Solar Beam, is a very real possibility. Let's see. That actually, I think that gives us an indicator of, yeah, because that wouldn't have killed if it wasn't. Actually, hold on, how did that kill? Oh, because we were Dark type. No, that's super kills. Would it have killed without the choice specs? Yeah, it still would have. Okay, so we know nothing. Can we go Stack Attacka and live anything here? We can. We can. Well, we might be able to. How much is like an Ursaluna Facade doing? Okay. I think we can go Stack Attacka here. I don't want to go Slowbro because of the Solar Beam. So let's go here. We can Trick Room. Once Sun runs out, this will be easier too. Okay, we survive. Based on that damage, it looks like this is not a set we were fearing. We can Stone Edge here. We won't kill, but that's fine. And now this is should just be a cleanup. You know, cleanup on aisle 3, right? Actually, Potentially not. If they... Let's Earthquake here. Okay, they threw. Yeah, so what they should have done was gone into Venusaur there because it couldn't die to any attacks. Then sack Heatran and Victini and then bring Venusaur back in. Now, I did have some plays where I maybe could have maneuvered around that, but that would have been a pretty tough combo for me to finish. Now it's just going to be Facade ending the game. Hiya, Teach, just hopping in to say thank you for giving us noobs a reasonably detailed way to understand comp Pokemon without disrespecting our lack of skills. Wishing you the best. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. That's a very kind message. Okay, we got a nice win there. All right, we're 8-3. Let's go for one more. We're going to take a quick bathroom break as we search. All right, and I forgot again. Okay, let's quickly just make Slowbro survive that hit. Solar Beam, how much do we need? It's going to be quite a bit, but it'll be worth it. That's actually, oh, that's not that bad at all. 80, okay. Yeah, that helps a lot. Okay. And with 0, what are the odds? Do we have a chance to survive? A good chance? 50. Okay, yeah, that's pretty bad. Okay. But let's see. I think Zardwai is almost certain to lead, so I want to start with Cinderace so we can Pyro Ball. Okay, Excadrill. Interesting. Are you going to be Choice Scarf? Let's try to make a middle ground here. So if you are Choice Scarf, you stay in an Earthquake. If you're not Choice Scarf, you should be scared of this, and you'll go into Slowbro. So to counter both of those, we go, I guess, into Audino. Okay, so not... So I'm just going to Toxic here. Hopefully the drill doesn't come immediately in. Okay, we get Thunder. That's fine. I'm okay. I can accept that. Here, I think I'd like to get up a Trick Room. Okay, interesting. Slowbro staying in there. I think I can Wish here. So here's the great thing. Future Sight hits before Wish. So if I bring in, say, Ursaluna here. Okay, interesting. So if it's going to be Charizard, then the play is to Toxic, absolutely. We will survive a Weather Ball and a Future Sight here. Audino is not getting paralyzed and it is hitting its attacks. Let's put some respect on Audino's name, because this is going well. What do we do here? I think we just protect. Audino, from where did this creature come? We can go into Cinderace here, tank the Weather Ball. Takes a lot of damage, but not an unmanageable amount. Then this is, I think, a good U-turn opportunity. I believe with the toxic damage, this will allow us to kill with Ursaluna, even with max Fizz Def. Yeah, so there is the helmet, so we got to be aware of that next time. But I think this puts us in a really good spot with the bear. Yeah, so we can go in and just click Facade here. Something is not necessarily going down, but something's not happy. Actually, so it's... Can we kill with Earthquake here against Slowbro? 48, probably not. So I think let's Facade. Okay, Drill comes in. Let's... I do think we want to just take this out. I'll just go for a Drain Punch here. Stealth Rock. So we absolutely want to court change that. That Stealth Rock is, in a weird way, kind of good news. That's kind of good news. Because they just lost their removal. And they set up Stealth Rock. So they're kind of in a high risk spot right now. I think they probably just want to bring in their Zard, so I'm happy to go into Audino here. Okay. Do we Trick Room? Do we Wish? I think Wish is better here. Okay, now I'll Trick Room. Audino has not gotten paralyzed once, making up for the crimes of the past for sure. Leftovers on Excadrill isn't a crazy item. This is a kind of a support set, so it makes quite a bit of sense. Okay. We've got Trick Room up. This seems like a totally good Slowbro moment. Yeah, Audino has absolutely locked in for this final game. Why not just use Treads if you're going to use Lefty's Drill? Excadrill has a real ability, Mold Breaker. That's a pretty big difference, you know? Okay, so obviously that did a lot of damage. We can go Hatterene here. I think that is worthwhile. Well, I could just stay in and attack it. Let me actually just stay in and Psynoise. Like, realistically, how much is Slowbro doing for me here? And it tried to click Drain Punch. That's really funny. Let's preserve Slowbro as a sack, because this... Okay, interesting. So if that's what's going to come in here, then I think I can go... Audino, I want to say. We can protect here. You know what else I could do? I could sack Slowbro, then Core Change. I think I like that better. Let's do that. Core Change here is just so nice. It's so nice. Yeah, like this is where we take the game back this turn. All right, then we go Audino, we go for Protect. Ideally, we successfully protect. Audino, what? You are just, you're crazy. Okay, this is a Trick Room moment here for sure. Just no paralysis. That's not what's on the menu for Audino. Gambit definitely a threat though. We're by no means are we out of the woods here. In fact, I'd say we're in a tough spot still, which is not great. Like opposing like Slowbro is kind of bad news for us. I think we go... Do we sack? Can we afford to sack? I think we do. I think I'm going to Wish here and let Kingambit take it out. Hats off to you. Alright, we Earthquake here. Or is there any chance we kill Slowbro after... No, so we Earthquake, yeah. It's going to come down to probably Stack Attacka. Yeah, we'll have to eat a Scald here. No way around that. Okay. I believe Kingambit can kill here with a Sucker Punch, so obviously that's not great. Kowtow Cleave is weird, so this is going to be Dark EMZ, is what that tells me. I'm trying to think how we win this. Okay, I think I go Stack Attacka here. I don't think Kingambit... I think Kingambit will Sucker. And then we can Trick Room here. Please don't be Low Kick. I'd be really sad. It's low kick. Okay, well that's bad news. So okay, now the plan is Hatterene. But yeah, there's a 100% win play where you just swords dance with King Gambit, and then there's nothing I can do. So looks like they found it. Okay, no, never mind. They threw. They did not swords dance there. Okay, so I can drain punch here. And I don't think we can get out of range of Mach Punch, but we'll see. Actually, we are super out of range of Mach Punch. Yeah, super throw for my opponent. They should have swords danced again. That was, yeah, they just did not play that correctly in the slightest. Okay, we just Earthquake here. Yeah. Yeah, you really, like, just swords dance again there is always the move. Maybe Iron Fists? I don't think they kill here. We'll see. Yep, not going to kill. You know, the funny thing, they might have undersped me, actually, but probably not. Oh, that was a 1800s player, so I'm surprised they threw that. Yeah, you always just swords dance twice at the end there with King Gambit, and then you win. But, yeah, okay. We are way too weak to King Gambit. It's super bad. Okay, so what are the lessons here? Cinderace Trick Room might be interesting. Audino, probably not good. I think that's basically the summary. Thank you guys for joining. Hope you had a good time. We had a pretty good ending record, all things considered. 9-3 for an Audino stream. I mean, I know that's better than most of the chat. Early chat was like all doom and gloom. I think this was better than anyone was expecting. That being said, using it as a Trick Room setter is kind of cheap, but not really. Not really. I think it was fair. Would it have been better to just have had a leftovers Audino? Probably. I think leftovers Audino generally would have been better. So I don't think Mega Audino can be justified in this role, unfortunately. It'd be really cool if it was helpful and was like just like walling stuff left and right. But yeah, I mean, I think there's real merit to Audino over Porygon 2. I don't think there's merit to Mega Audino over just like a leftovers Audino. So thank you guys. Hope you had a good time. I had a good time. And I will see you tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to build yet, but I'll look at it and figure something out. But yeah, Audino locked in that last game. You got to give it some respect for that. Let's try to time this right. End this in 3, 2, 1.